Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to East Central Missouri and the world, and welcome to the James Strong Show podcast number 131. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making us a part of your day. I appreciate it. This podcast was recorded on the evening of Thursday, June 27th, from the James Strong Studio in western St. Charles County. Yes, a Thursday night. Is that a little bit different? Well, sure, it is. The reason it's a little bit different is because I needed to get out of the rut, the Saturday morning St. Charles County rut. I haven't had a guest for a while, and we do have a guest today. And the guest is the one, the only, the original, the Maddog.
Strong, it's great to be back in studio.
And it's good to have you back. I will preface, it's about, what time is it, 7:30 on a Thursday night, Central Daylight Time in St. Charles County in the Midwest, the heartland. Had the Maddog over, and I will tell you that we have enjoyed a aperitif cocktail, a Negroni. We had New York strip steaks and asparagus, and we shared a bottle of Epicuro Primitivo from southern Italy for a wine, and the Maddog is still nursing his Negroni, and I am still nursing the last of the Epicuro Primitivo.
The Negroni is, I think it's a fine after-dinner drink. It's a little bit like cough syrup, but fortunately it still has a hit.
It's for those of you who don't understand the Negroni, first of all, you should. Okay, it's a wonderful cocktail. The Negroni is 1 ounce of Campari, which is a aperitif, or it could be a digestif.
And it tastes like cough syrup.
It does.
Smells like cough syrup. But it has booze in it.
It tastes like cough syrup. It smells like cough syrup. Must be cough syrup. Kind of like the old adage of smells like dog shit, looks like dog shit. Good thing I didn't step in it. No, it's a good drink. It is a little bit bitter, but the bitterness. I mean, do you always want a sweet drink? Yeah. Does every drink have to be sweet with an umbrella in it?
No, not at all.
No, and the Negroni is 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. I like the Gallo vermouth is what I like, and 1 ounce of gin, and I like Bombay Sapphire. And it makes for a good drink. And you put a little a slice of orange in it, put a little squeeze in it. It's a good before dinner drink. It's wonderful. I like Negronis. The first time I ever had a Negroni was at Brett Favre's in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I had one. It was so good. I had two before I had my I had jambalaya that night at Brett Favre's. But it was wonderful. But yeah, we had New York strip steaks, which I didn't really burn them. Maybe I singed the outside of it because we were talking.
That's debatable.
You ate all yours, so I guess it wasn't bad.
It was damn good, Strong. It was certainly charbroiled over a true charcoal-fired grill.
Yeah.
Not a gas grill.
No, not a gas grill. We made it for real fire. And I will tell you that there were no parasites in the outside.
Definitely no parasites left.
Exactly. But the inside was medium.
Juicy, medium to medium rare.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoyable.
It turned out real good with asparagus as well.
I love asparagus.
So, and the Epicuro Primitivo, which for those of you who don't know this wine, Primitivo, Epicuro is the vintner. Primitivo is the grape. Primitivo is grown in Italy, southern Italy, but in this country, they call it a Zinfandel. And Primitivo and Zinfandel are very, very close. Genetically, they're a tad different, but it's a semi-popular wine in Italy. It's not as popular as a Chianti or or a Lambrusco or some of the other grapes, but it's a very, very good grape. And you can get this wine at Trader Joe's for like $7 a bottle. And it's really, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
I enjoyed it. No, it had a big nose. It kind of like me. It had full flavor right off the bat, but a smooth, easy finish.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a dead finish, but it was smooth.
Yeah. And in fact, I'm still drinking a glass of it right now. And wine is meant to be drunk in a proper glass. My proper glass is a Australian crystal Riedel. And yours is, by the way, a
rock glass.
Yeah, it's a rocks glass, but I don't think it's anything fancy. I think it's a Libby glass, but it's a rocks glass. Yeah, he's still nursing his
cough
Negroni.
syrup.
The podcast today, no real topic. Okay, kind of potpourri. I haven't had the Mad Dog on for a while, and this is going to be a free form topic potpourri topic podcast. The Mad Dog had asked me, he said, "Hey, what happened to this intellectual dark web idea that you had?" And I told him, I said, "Look, it's not dead. It's just that, we all work 9 to 5, and 9 to 5 quite often turns
I don't work 9 to 5.
Well, it turns into 8 to 7 quite often. And we're all busy making a buck."
I like making a buck.
I do too. Bucks are good to make.
I like spending a buck too.
I like spending the buck too. I mean, why else do you make it but to spend it? But the thing is I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, this morning I got up at 4 a.m., laid in bed till 4:45, and I finally got up, did some things around here, made a pot of coffee, watched the sun come up. The trophy wife came out on the deck. We talked about some stuff, made my smoothie, went to work. It's now pushing 8 o'clock at night. I get tired. I mean, it's a long-ass day, man.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I woke up at 4:30, got out of the bed at 5. I did not have my kale smoothie because I was out of protein.
Well, I don't put protein in my
smoothie.
smoothie.
I always do protein.
No,
with
only
creatine monohydrate.
I only do that if I've had a workout in the morning and I've gone to the gym in the afternoon. And well, first of all, let me start with you. What do you put in your smoothie in the morning?
Okay, so yesterday
it's smoothie talk on the James Strong Show.
So yesterday, I had some fresh pineapple. So yesterday's smoothie.
Where'd you get that fresh pineapple?
Fresh Time.
How much?
So I bought like a large, probably quart container was $3.
Okay,
you can get the whole pineapple for $2.99, but then you got to cut it up and then dice it up, which I do from time to time. But I find that buying the same about quantity, quart size, already cubed up for another, buck, is just well worth it. So that's what I did. Plus, that was the remnants of the pineapple that I took to a race. I had a doubleheader race last weekend.
Motorcycle race
that actually got canceled and then turned into a drinking and riding weekend, which was outstanding.
Where was this?
Oh, it was down at St. Joe Park in Park Hills, Missouri.
Okay.
Yep.
Used to be called
Flat River.
Yeah. And
still is. And that's because...
No, it's not. It
is. Do you know why it's called Flat River Strong?
Tell me.
Because there's a river that runs right through the property that's called Flat River.
Yeah, but they don't call it. It's not called Flat River anymore.
I do.
Just you and your inbred motorcycle riders call it Flat River, but it's called Park Hills because nobody wants to live in a place called Flat River. But Park Hills, that sounds much better.
Yeah, it's no different than the last generation calling the
Gumbo Flats,
not the Gumbo Flats, Riverport, which is now Harrah's Casino and Amphitheater.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Gumbo Flats, for those of you who aren't from this area, there was an area, it was in the the Missouri River Bottoms, always called the Gumbo Flats. Mm-hmm. Well, a bunch of guys bought it. They decided they wanted to build it up, and they changed the name from the Gumbo Flats to Chesterfield Valley. Who wants to live in the Gumbo Flats? Everybody wants to do business in the Chesterfield Valley.
Absolutely. Well, you do remember there was a prison down there.
There was. Mm-hmm. The last thing I remember about that prison is when Katrina hit, and they didn't know what they were going to do with all those displaced folks from Katrina. And the prison in the Gumbo Flats, it was a Missouri State prison. It had recently closed. But there were still beds available. So they made beds available for those in Louisiana who were hit by Katrina.
They were displaced.
Yeah. I think 4 took advantage of it.
4 Katrina souls moved to the Gumbo Flats.
Exactly. So instead of being worthless floodplain that was fit for nothing but a prison, it's now home to
shopping centers.
Shopping centers. There's a Bentley, Ferrari, Lamborghini dealership there. There's an airport there. There's countless.
There's a Home Depot. There's a motorcycle dealership.
Yeah, because they built the levee up. And, of course, that levee will never break.
Of course not.
Until it does.
And when the levee breaks, we'll have no place to stay.
And maybe they'll move to Louisiana. Who knows? But that's another story for another day. How did we get off of that subject?
I don't know. I was talking about smoothies, and you went straight to...
Let's go back to smoothies.
I had purchased the pineapple to take to the race that was down in Bonne Terre / Park Hills that nobody calls Flat River anymore. And, so 1 part vanilla 6-star protein, which is a whey isolate protein, with, 5 grams of creatine monohydrate for muscle growth, and fresh pineapple, fresh blueberry, half a banana, some cinnamon, ginger, handful of kale, coconut milk, crushed ice, probably a half a cup of water, and that was it. Enjoy.
And you put it in your Ninja?
Yeah, in the NutriBullet.
Yeah, NutriBullet. Yeah,
and the NutriBullet.
I have a NutriBullet as well.
Mm-hmm. I think I got a bearing going out in my NutriBullet. Oh, that thing is loud and obnoxious. I almost have to wear headphones when I put it down. It's so damn loud.
My smoothie this morning was, and what I do is I'll go to Fresh Time, which is like a big.
It's a small farmer's market.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. But I buy my vegetables and I'll freeze them quite often. So I'll take my beets and my kale, I'll chop them up and I'll freeze them. Okay. And my broccoli and my other things are unfrozen. So I'll take the frozen, chopped up beets, both the root and the top, and the frozen kale, throw that into the NutriBullet. Sometimes I always throw a berry in, usually blueberries, sometimes strawberries, sometimes raspberries, blackberries, whatever's in season.
What do you use to stave off that dirt taste of the fresh beets, frozen fresh beets?
They don't taste like dirt.
Yeah, they do.
Do you peel them?
I don't eat them because of it. I just use I take super beets, which is a crystallized beet powder, and I put that in my smoothie, which I didn't do yesterday, but normally I do, and it doesn't taste like dirt.
What's it called?
Super beets.
Is that something Alex Jones sells?
He might. So do a bunch of other talk show hosts. It's a circulation superfood.
As Alex Jones used to say, nutrients only found in comets and trace amounts in beets. But no, they don't taste like dirt to me. If you take a beet, wash it. You got to wash the dirt off. Do you wash the dirt off of the stuff?
I don't eat whole beets because they taste like dirt.
They don't taste like dirt if you process them properly. You take them and you wash. First you wash them, okay? Then you chop off. Whoosh. That's the Midwestern in me coming out. But you wash them and you chop off the taproot. Then you separate the greens from the beets. You wash it again. And then you peel it with a potato peeler. You peel the skin off of it. Yeah, exactly. Then you dice it and you freeze it. And they taste great that way. And you wash the leaves, because the leaves have a lot of nutrition in them also. They don't taste like dirt if you do it that way. They don't. My smoothie is usually beets, beet tops, kale, broccoli, flax seed, blueberries, usually frozen. What else? Then I put stuff in for my garden, my herb garden. I'll put in parsley and chocolate mint.
Ooh, that sounds good.
You just put about 5 leaves of chocolate mint in there, and the whole smoothie tastes like mint.
Nice.
Mint is a wonderful herb. In fact, it grows like a weed in many places.
Yeah, it's really good for you.
And it's good for you, but most important, it really helps the flavor of that nasty ass smoothie, because kale isn't good.
Yeah, and what I use is I'll do some squirts from a fresh lemon to offset that.
I'll do that sometimes.
That
lemon
kale.
or lime. Limes are on sale at Fresh Time right now, $5 for $1. So they'll go into the smoothies and the caipirinhas this weekend.